I'm Zen and this is Lolly, and this week we're in Venice, a place we've wanted to visit for a long time. We've heard a lot in the media about the impact of over-tourism, which is why we chose to come out of season. And we wanted to see for ourselves if it lived up to the high expectations that so many Hollywood movies have placed on this historic city. And what we would discover is a place of sheer beauty, elegance, and a place unlike any other. And despite some of those commercial pitfalls, a place that truly captured our hearts and imagination.
This is the Rialto Bridge, so we're coming over here for dinner later.
In this video, we'll look at some of those aspects, from the different ways you can get around the city, things to keep in mind while planning your trip, and a few hidden gems we found along the way. This is our story. We arrived on a late Thursday night, unfortunately missing the last boats from the airport, meaning we had to get a taxi to take us across the extremely long and only access bridge into the city. What at first glance looked like a somewhat disconcerting exchange between taxi and boat was actually a well-organised, seamless exchange, where our private boat taxi welcomed us on board and took us onwards to our hotel. Famous for being known as the City of Canals and the Floating City, still nothing prepares you for the sheer amount of water that surrounds this city, and it really has to be seen to be believed. We were staying at the Sina Centurion Palace, a 5-star rated hotel situated in the south part of the city, nestled in between the Guggenheim Museum and iconic Basilica di Santa Maria Church. Upon arrival, we were greeted by a warm and welcoming staff who would continue to be helpful throughout our stay. We were fortunate enough to receive a free room upgrade. The rooms are spacious and clean with a large double bed, good sized bathroom and a generous sized reception area with ample space for all our luggage. Our mornings would always start with a coffee on the hotel veranda, looking out at our beautiful surroundings and planning our day ahead, before heading off and exploring this wonderful city. In a similar vein to Amsterdam, Venice is made up of amazing thoroughfares, narrow passageways and waterways, and chances are you'll get a little lost along the way, with some sections leading to dead ends or lacking a bridge that you were really hoping might take you to the other side. But it really is all part of the fun, and you'll get back on track in no time.
So we can grab a drink.
Which leads us to the water transport and the different ways you can navigate the city. First up is the gondolas, a staple of Venice and something you must try during the stay. It's worth noting these aren't taxis, so if you're looking to go from A to B, you'll need to grab a water taxi, or one of the many water buses on offer. Gondoliers work in zones, so to truly explore the many different waterways, you'll need to do more than one. They're also perfect for some of the more narrow canals that larger boats can't navigate. They are a truly unique and wonderful way of exploring the city. They're operated by highly experienced and incredibly strong gondoliers who navigate the busy and narrow waterways with ease. They'll also provide you with some history on the local area, all while you soak up the surroundings with your loved ones and get a truly unique perspective of the city. The rides typically last somewhere between 20 and 30 minutes, and at 60 euros a pop are a little punchy, but still worth at least one ride during your stay. The next option are the water buses, which are the cheapest and easiest way to get around the city, although there's a couple of things to be mindful of before you jump on board. The terminals and ticket office can be a little confusing, and not all terminals have ticket machines, and there are conflicting messages on whether you can buy on board or not. There's definitely a few quirks to get your head round, so if you can, buy before you jump on. The larger terminals do have ticket machines, and we bought a 2-day pass, allowing us to jump on and off as we pleased. The next thing to understand is navigating the waterways. Again, not all terminals have particularly well laid out guidance, plus taxis go in both directions. So make sure you download a map prior to jumping on, or simply take a picture like we did. And then you have the private water taxis, undoubtedly a little extravagant at €30 per head, but the most civilized and quickest way to make your dinner reservation when you have 10 minutes to spare and it's halfway around the city.
Ate in the restaurant, right?
I'm sure I did.
This only adds to the magic and romance of the city as you board your private boat straight off the pier at your hotel and soak up the lights that come to life at night time, giving you a very different perspective and feel of the city. And before you know it, you've arrived outside the restaurant with 2 minutes to spare. From a food standpoint, it's hard to go wrong, and we went to some beautiful restaurants without breaking the bank, although the wine was consistently the most expensive part. Our fave was a little hidden gem called St. Angelo, found in the corner of St. Angelo Square, with a stunning grilled octopus to start, followed by the best carbonara I've ever had.
I've got food envy for sure.
When it came to lunch, even the more commercial areas offered authentic Italian food in comfortable surroundings away from the crowds, and we had a particular soft spot for Bar Dugino, just around the corner from our hotel in the Arts District. On the drinks front, we love nothing better than taking a wander and finding places to stop and watch the world go by, with a cheeky beer or the local favourite Aperol Spritz. About 10 minutes north of Rialto Bridge is an area called Canaleggio, a small chilled out area where the locals frequent and perfect for soaking the local vibe in a calmer but lively area. This is also where we stumbled upon another hidden gem called the Ormasini, a super chilled local bar and restaurant offering a fantastic array of smaller bites and awesome cocktails.
Share the roast beef.
Yeah, you can have it.
The atmosphere is warm and welcoming and clearly a local favourite, which fills up quickly for dinner. Other things to consider while staying in Venice is stepping outside of the city, and one of the most popular is Burano, where you can see glassmaking in action. This is a very popular excursion, and we waited in line for 25 minutes only to find the boat was full when we got to the front of the queue. With the prospect of having to wait a further 25 minutes for the next boat and time being of the essence, we changed tactics and opted for an alternative destination, the equally popular Burano, known for its lacery and brightly coloured homes. Thankfully, this was a much quieter boat, but again a little misleading in terms of duration. What we were led to believe was a half an hour ride was in fact a good hour, so just keep that in mind when planning your day. On arrival, once you've navigated a busy entrance into the town, it opens up into a beautiful row of shops and restaurants in vibrant colours and beautiful buildings. Many try and combine this along with Burano, but for us time was of the essence, so we jumped back on the boat to Venice and a much busier boat ride home, which will only get busier as the summer months approach, so keep this in mind with your planning.
Should we walk through and go back to that area?
And the same applies for hotspots like St. Mark's Square, which draw the crowds in large numbers and unsurprisingly creates long queues for some of the main attractions. But don't let that put you off, as it doesn't take long to find more calmer and quieter spots, such as the Arts District, which is home to the Guggenheim Museum and Salute Church. The Guggenheim costs €30 a head and showcases some of the best collections of contemporary art in the city, while also being known for its unique layout and environment, and it's well worth a visit from one of the most renowned galleries in Europe. The Basilica Santa Maria, or more commonly known as the Salute, is an iconic church that is often the face of Venice and is featured in many Hollywood movies throughout the years. And you can take a wander inside this incredible piece of architecture for free, taking in the calm and elegance of this iconic church. And just like that, our trip was at an end. and we headed out to the city limits into open waters, reflecting on our time in this incredible city and pondering our next visit to this beautiful part of Italy. And if you like what you see here, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll continue to do our best to entertain and inform with our travels across the globe.